San Antonio is beyond insane this year. Look, I never expected the Spurs to be what they are this season. Last season, they just got 35 wins. We're only in January, and they're about to topple that in about a few games. Look, De'Aaron Fox averaging 21 points per game. He's been everything we knew him on the Kings. Wembanyama having an MVP type year. Obviously, he's injured. He's going to be injured for a month. But other than the injuries, he's been playing amazing. Damn near unstoppable. And then you got other scorers like Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Stephon Castle who can all take the offensive load. They just have so many guards. And playmaking, that isn't an issue either. They got Dylan Harper. So it seems like scoring just comes easy to this team. And look, something with the Spurs, I did not expect them to get good this fast. Look, San Antonio was one of those teams that were like, okay, give it like 5 years and they'll be a championship contender. Nobody would have thought just give it like 2 or 3 years and they'll be a championship contender. But they're the second seed and everybody looks great. First of all, their guard play, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper, they can all play make for the team. They can all run a pick and roll with Wemby and Luke Cornett. And Dylan Harper, for a rookie, he is insanely aggressive, very good three-point shooter. So even when he's not involved in ball handling, he can still be a great three-point shooter that you could put in the corner or wings. Stephon Castle, great driver to the rim, also a great playmaker. He is the perfect person next to Wemby because he knows how to lob the ball, right? And it's not about just lobbing the ball where Wemby could catch it. He knows when to do it. Great timing. Him and Wemby already have that chemistry, which is amazing. And obviously Wemby, the only concern with him were double teams, and anytime the Thunder tried to double team Wemby, he just kicked it out to the corner or wing, and it was a wide open shot. And obviously he's so tall, he's just gonna see over the defense. And look, we got other role players on the team like Julian Champagnie and Harrison Barnes that are just 3-point snipers. And that was the main concern last year. Can the Spurs get 3-point shooting? Well, it looks like they already have it. And everybody on this team can shoot threes. They are so versatile. And they even have on-ball creators, like Keldon Johnson. He is great coming off the baseline. He is great attacking the rim. Also, Devin Vassell, elite mid-range shooter. They have a lot of shooters and on-ball creators on this team. And without Wemby, this is still a great NBA team. Wemby just takes them to that mid-tier, to that insane tier. That's what Wemby takes them. But this team is still good without Wemby. They could definitely hold their own. De'Aaron Fox coming off the pick and rolls, him snaking screens, he's just so dangerous because you don't want him to get a shot off, but he's just so dangerous because he knows how to get a shot off, and he's so fast that it's hard to keep up with him. Keldon Johnson, again, I want to glaze this dude a little bit more. This dude was averaging like 22 points before the Spurs got Wemby. When they got Wemby, unselfish player, he went to the bench, and while other players would have demanded a trade, Keldon Johnson stayed. He was patient, and now he gets to be a part of this great team where he contributes a lot. So I think that's honestly honorable of him, and one of my favorite players on the Spurs for sure. He's not only been a great three-point shooter, he's shooting 40% from three. This dude is a sniper, but he's also just a great defender, right? This is the type of dude who you put on the other team's best player. That's Keldon Johnson. Now look, I'm not gonna act like this team isn't the best. Sometimes they just look off. Sometimes they just perform young mistakes. Like whether it's Wemby just spamming threes when he doesn't need to, or unnecessary turnovers, Devin Vassell just breaking everything from three. The team has its flaws. I'm not trying to make it seem like they're invincible, but they're definitely a great team. And they're close to being invincible, I'll be honest, man. I forgot to mention Jeremy Sokin, but he was a first round lottery pick in 2023. Bro's also solid too. Like, they got good players coming off the bench, and they generally have championship depth. And the best part, pretty much everybody is young except Harrison Barnes. And Harrison Barnes, it's good to have a few vets on their team. Harrison Barnes is definitely one of those. He himself is shooting 39% from three. This is what I meant by the Spurs having 3-point snipers. Julian Champagnie, 37% from three. Harrison Barnes, 39% from three. Dylan Harper, 40% from three. Wemby, 36% from three. Fox, 37% from three. Keldon Johnson, 40% from three. The whole team can shoot. This is insane. Everybody's a 3-point sniper. And it just makes it so much easier to attack the paint when teams are worried about guarding you from the perimeter. Because think about it. They don't want you to get the 3-pointer off, so it leads to more looks inside. And this is what I love. And let's give props to Mitch Johnson, the coach for the Spurs. Look, he knew he couldn't be better than Greg Popovich, but he still took over the team, and he didn't make Wemby just this player standing in the paint waiting for opportunities to dunk the ball, waiting for wide open passes. He made him shoot 3-pointers too, and mid-ranges. Mitch Johnson and the coaching staff for the Spurs made Wemby more versatile, and honestly, that's something that I don't overlook. Look, I'm a person that notices the small things. I noticed that the Spurs didn't waste Wemby's first few years. They got him to that 3-point line, and they said, hey Wemby, you gonna shoot these threes. I don't care if they're crazy. I don't care if they're ill-advised. Just hoist them bitches, and if they don't go in, oh well, we're rebuilding. Who cares? And I love it because it made Wemby become a good shooter, and it just made him even harder to guard. And then the Spurs GM 2 getting De'Aaron Fox. At first it looked a little clumsy, like it wasn't really gonna work, but when NBA teams are patient, it plays off. When NBA teams are patient, it pays off, and in this instance, it definitely did. Obviously, the team drafting Stephon Castle, who's been amazing. And my glaze meter is full, pause, but I don't think I could glaze the Spurs anymore, man. Look, overall, don't be surprised if this team is in the finals and if they beat the Thunder, because the Thunder have lost 3 games to the Spurs. That's insane. But if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm not SGA, becoming Mr. Consistent. And until later, I'll see you on Mars. Peace.
You telling me you falling out of love with me. Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did. Taking our memories on love and treating it like nothing. Taking our memories on love and treating it like gossip. It's my love for my grandmother make me gentle when I care for you. Tell me you're falling out of love, she's breaking my heart in two.